Well, I hope all the lovers of the night enjoyed this track. You're listening to Flick and Chips Radio, and I'm your DJ for the night, DJ Flick. If you have any requests, you know what number to... Oh, it looks like we've already got a caller. Hello?
Good evening, DJ Flick. You can just call me Doc.
Well, what's up, Doc? Do you have any requests?
Yes. Can you look up Baby Driver?
No problem, Doc. I will look up Baby Driver for you.
Thank you, DJ Flick.
No biggie. Oh, here it is. Baby Driver is a 2017 action film by Edgar Wright, an English director who's internationally renowned for the freshness of his movies, especially in the aspect of film editing. Edgar Wright brought a catalog of action-filled comedies to the film industry. This man also made the classic zombie comedy film Shaun of the Dead in 2004 and whimsically adapted the comic series Scott Pilgrim vs. the World in 2010. And Baby Driver, of course, was an absolute banger of a film. It may be his best yet. As I told you, Edgar Wright has a unique knack for editing, and the excellent editing of his films just got better over time. You won't have to watch Scott Pilgrim vs. the World deeply to see how cool it transitions from scene to scene. The visuals reel you in automatically. It makes you crave what you're about to see next. Edgar Wright's transitions unquestionably prove he's mastered the art of filmmaking, particularly the art of keeping your audience hooked on a visual aspect. And oh dear lord, Baby Driver just proved that he also mastered the use of music to reel in the audience's attention. What's it about? Well, it's not about a literal baby who drives a Tesla and flexes it on TikTok. It's not that baby turning into a convertible. Baby Driver circles around the story of Baby, played by Ansel Elgort, whose job is to drive a getaway vehicle for a bunch of goonies employed by Kevin Spacey's carefully composed Doc. Due to Baby's dangerous job, the film is filled with car chase scenes somewhat similar to scenes from the Fast and the Furious franchise, where the protagonists enter the world of crime and drag racing because it's their passion. It's a film every petrolhead would love. However, unlike the Fast and the Furious, Baby Driver takes an opposite turn in its story. Instead of a protagonist willing to enter the world of crime and racing, we see an anti-hero trying to escape the world of crime, constantly persuaded and blackmailed to take a job he resents. However badass of a driver Baby is, he'd rather be a regular kind-hearted Joe, and when he's forced to do his criminal job, he resorts and holds on to one thing: music. Because here's the central motif of Baby Driver. It's a film about tracks and tracks. You might feel like you almost see a music video that spans 2 hours when watching Baby Driver, mainly because of how synchronized the actions and transitions to the music are.
Bell bottoms. Bell bottoms.
It is apparent right from the start when the robbers just finished and Baby gets ready for the escape. The quick cutting in time to the drum beat effectively sets us up for the action that's going to happen next. However, it is simply amazing how Wright avoided making it look strictly choreographed. Otherwise, it would have looked like a full-blown music video, right? Baby Driver is an action film after all. All chaos coming from your screen has to look organic, and it is not only in the chaotic scenes where the use of music is masterfully utilized, but also in the seemingly mundane parts. Take, for example, the scene that followed the opening chase, where Baby's task is to buy coffee for the robbers, and the opening credits roll. We see him walking in the streets while jamming to Harlem Shuffle.
You're late. I'm waiting on you.
Notice how after Baby looked to his right, a graffiti saying "right" is written on the wall, right after the song said, "move it to the right." This happens several times in Baby Driver. The synchronicity of sound and visuals is guaranteed to satisfy the audience's senses. It is no secret that this is a gimmick to keep our attention, but it's more than just a gimmick. It is a well-developed literary device integral to Baby Driver's story. Tinnitus was why Baby always listened to music. He constantly hears a hum without an external source, and music somehow drowns the noise. Later on, it is revealed that the tinnitus was from a car crash. Only he survived. Both his parents died arguing. His mother was in fact a singer. she resorted to singing every time she and her husband fought. Here, we can see that Baby is similar to his mother. Both use music as an escape, and tinnitus is not the only thing Baby escapes through music. It is also a way to detach himself from his dirty job, a clever way to follow the expression, face the music and dance. When Doc discussed an evil plan, he listened to Dave Brubeck's Unsquare Dance, acknowledging that what's going to happen is unfair, not square. When he was forced to dispose of a dead body, he comforted himself by listening to the Commodore's Easy, to probably remind him that he shouldn't be hard on himself because he did not want the job in the first place. And whenever some criminal looked down on him, instead of hatefully retorting, he was peacefully recording.
Was he slow? No, good kid.
Aside from adding a layer on how Baby escapes through music, the scene where he turns an insult that questions his mental capacity was heartwarmingly poetic. It did not just invite us to keep on watching, but it made us invested in Baby's struggle as a person and how he creatively overcomes it. And that, my fellow listeners, is how Baby Driver used some tracks to keep track of his sweet, sweet story. But fellas, music was just a temporary escape for Baby. His ultimate escape was his baby named Deborah. We see that the only time Baby removes his earbuds is when he talks with Deborah, as if she makes the constant humming of tinnitus go away. Deborah, like Baby, is fascinated with music, and she dreams of traveling in a car she can't afford to escape her mundane job as a diner waitress. Deborah and Baby both want to escape their jobs. But why does Deborah ease Baby's tinnitus? Well, primarily because she also eases Baby's grief. Since the tinnitus started when he lost his mother, it is also a symbol of grief. Music temporarily drowns Baby's grief, but it is always there, hissing, humming, until Deborah entered Baby's life. So later in the film, it is no question why he risked his life for her. Many critics said that Baby Driver ended conveniently. We see Baby get out of jail to meet Deborah, who's waiting for him. This could mean that Baby served his sentence by waiting patiently. But alternatively, we can treat it as Baby's ultimate surrender in his escape fantasy, as the titular Simon and Garfunkel song plays to put the film to an end. In whatever way you interpret its ending, it works just fine. And that is everything I can say about Baby Driver. I hope you were happy with your request, Doc.
Hello, it's me again. It's Doc.
What's up now, Doc?
I think you misunderstood my request. I wanted to hear Simon and Garfunkel's Baby Driver, not to hear about Edgar Wright's Baby Driver.
Oh, no. I perfectly understood your request. But remember, Doc, this is YouTube. We don't want any copyright strikes. And what we want from you, my listeners, is to give us a like and subscribe, and we'll continue to make your movie trips cooler than ice. As always, this has been Flick and Chips.